I'm getting emotional.
Suddenly our dreams turn into a nightmare. People start attacking me really bad.
Hi guys!
Hey guys, we are back again
For another video for you. So we did a little video last week talking about how we met.
True.
It seemed like a lot of you guys were interested in knowing what happened after.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a lot of questions. What happened after our marriage? I think we're going to talk about.
First off, I actually remembered that we have a video where we are talking about what happened in Germany and France and Ajaccio especially. After that, I will link that video here.
The link up there. Check it out.
That will explain a lot of what is going on before this. It will be a lot of Jongbin telling, but I will make a little disclaimer because before we went to Korea, we were actually pretty excited to go, even though it was not our plan. We always wanted to go to Korea at some point in your career. We were always thinking it would be a bit later, but we were kind of forced. So we took the opportunity, and I was actually really excited to see where you come from, your culture, and to try and live in a big city. But things happened, and I would just say I feel kind of sad that I got the experience that I got, because I know that it could probably have been a really good year for me, but for good reason it wasn't the best.
Suddenly our dreams turn into a nightmare. The thing is, like, I never talk about this before anywhere else. I think it is a good time for me to review what happened to me in Korea. So the thing is, like, I started playing football at the age of 10. When I was 10 years old, I moved to Jeonnam Dragons youth team, which was 2 hours away from my parents' place. I was barely 10 years old. I started playing football there in academy until 16. So basically I was living there, playing there, studying there, and eating there, and they had been taking care of me. I was considered to be one of the top talents in the youth academy. They helped me a lot to progress in my youth football, and I improved a lot during my times in Jeonnam Dragons youth team. The problem was I was bullied by its coaching staff at the time. Like, I really didn't feel like continue to play football. I was end up saying, "Father, I cannot play football anymore. I think it's, for me, it's finished football. I don't want to play football because of what happening in the school and what happening in the team." So I decided to quit playing football. I'm not from rich parents, and they've been putting a lot of effort and a lot of invest in me. And for them, probably it must have been a disaster for them to hear. So my parents was looking for opportunity, and then suddenly this opportunity came up in Europe, and I decided to go to Europe since then. And then I made this agreement with the Jeonnam Dragons that once I come back, I have to talk with the Jeonnam Dragons first, because it was the club who raised me. In case I don't contact them and to sign with the other clubs, then I was obligated to pay this 150 something US dollar.
Kind of like a fee.
Yeah, because I didn't follow the rules and some agreements. Definitely I was aware of that. After Sevet, I had a really difficult time. I couldn't stay in Europe because of the visa problem. I was obligated to go back to Korea. And then suddenly this opportunity came up in Seoul. They offered me the contract, but I was fully aware of this paper, even though it had been 10 years ago. I led this problem to my old agent, and he told me many times, "You'll be okay, it's not a big deal, and you can just sign, it's no problem, they can do anything." But I was maybe too naive to believe that everything is gonna be okay. 2 months after I signed with the Seoul, they start attacking me, and then they published really bad news about me. It was on the news, and they said, like, how can he go like that? And it was a big scandal for everyone who involved in football. Since they published this news, people start attacking me really bad, and I probably received more than a couple of hundreds, like, every day, attacking me, and like in my social network and our YouTube channels.
Even came to my private profile to harass us, basically.
Since then, suddenly my dream to play in Korea and to live in Korea just falling apart. Like, it was really difficult to digest and difficult to react on it. In the news, my old agent was saying that I didn't know the situation. They were like kind of protecting themselves, even though I said many times, you guys have to take care of it. So it was kind of like a big scandal for me. That I was end up paying 150,000 US dollar. As you guys probably know, in football, there are some players making really big money that they can live off from their salary when they finish their career. It's only like a few percent, like maybe 0.1%, 0.01%. Vast majority of the players, they still have to continue to work even though they finish the career, and you don't really make much money like you guys think, you know.
At the same time, you also have to think about, like, I don't work, I don't have a job. He's basically providing everything for me too. When we got to Korea, we had nothing, and your entire family was still living in Germany at the time. So we came with nothing. We had to pay everything to go there, and we had been spending a lot of money already.
And during my times in Europe, I helped my parents to buy their house. Like I spent like 90% of my saving I gave my parents. And like I said, I'm not from rich family, and I was obligated to do this because when you are son, you have to help family. And in Korean culture, we have to support the family, you know. It was obvious for me to help my parents. That's why I didn't have much savings in my account. Everything what I make from Korea, I pay almost everything to the non-Koreans. Probably it's a big money for you guys, but for me it's also very big money, even though they think I make good money. Since I'm married to Sille, I'm not alone and I have to take care of my wife as well. That was really difficult for me.
We're actually talking with the club. We were trying to negotiate because we couldn't pay all that money like just like this. And we tried to come up with a system where we could pay like monthly or something. Like, we were really trying to be reasonable with these people. They wouldn't take it. They wanted it like that. Like, there was nothing to come.
And then they published the news saying that now he wants to pay the credit like a month by month. But I have no money for paying this. It's normal. It was not something I don't want to pay. I want to pay through the period because I'm still grateful for what they done to me when I was young, and they provide me everything so I can become professional football player. So I owe them a lot. But what they did, this news, they published the news, I was doing another fraud. They were writing really bad about me, and online people just attacking me again, second time. For the first time while I was living in Korea, I was feeling so terrible, and suddenly our dreams turned into a nightmare.
Not even that, like, your parents got involved too.
My parents basically sold their house in Europe. They had to pay this off first for me. I was paying my parents the money I was making. So my mind was just not there all the time since that happened, and I was injured so many times, I think, because I had so much stress, and suddenly I really had no desire to play football. The only reason I go to Korea is to play football and to enjoy the life with Sille, but suddenly it was a nightmare.
Like, I'm a really positive person. I was really trying my best to like keep the spirit up, but it was really tough. Like, everything that happened, it just seems like every time something was okay, then something new hit us, and it was just like boom, 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 boom. Like, Jongbin told me the story many times also from his youth team, like what was going on, and it's like really horrible.
I didn't know at that time that it was horrible, but when I'm thinking back then, like, that's what had happened to me. From my perspective in Europe, from this perspective, it's unacceptable. Like you guys know, I came to Europe at the age of 16. I spent like 10 years in Europe. I go back to Korea. I really couldn't fit in there simply. The society, the culture in football was just, it was so different from what I used to play and used to learn.
I think you were also a bit misunderstood, because I don't think people, they understood that you were not like fully Korean mentality, but you were like kind of too cultured.
One time one coach told me that, why you act like you are foreigner? You are Korean. Now you are in Korea, you must act like Koreans and speak Korean. Don't speak English. He told me like this.
Yeah, because you liked hanging out with the foreign players, which I thought was cool, because I could actually talk to them too.
And all in all, it was just a difficult time, and because I really was close to finish my career, because I didn't want to play anymore.
Everything that had happened was just affecting us so much.
And then I had to talk to club. Me and my wife is not doing alright, so it's better for both parts. We split apart. The earlier the better, because I have no motivation, no desire to play. And I spent like 10 years in Europe, and going back to Korea like that, I had to give up my dream playing in Europe. I didn't mention about this before, but my relationship with my parents really went bad since...
I don't know, I'm getting emotional again.
I mean, I'm okay with my parents again, but everything was just mad.
Let's just say that living in Korea was causing a lot of conflicts for a lot of people. I mean, I know we filmed a lot of videos while we were in Korea where it seems like we are having a good time, but honestly, I remember you so often coming home to the apartment saying like, I cannot be here, I need to go out. So basically, we were going out a lot to try and kind of like cover up the feelings that we had.
And to be honest, after finishing my contract in Korea, I didn't mean to find the club right like this fast because I really needed some time. And also one of the reasons why I found this beautiful house and also a lot of space is because I needed this like healing time.
I think I mentioned this in earlier videos, but I have always told Jongbin like it doesn't matter where we go. For me, it doesn't matter where we live as long as he's doing what he loves doing and he's happy with it. But it was difficult because in Korea he was not happy at all. So for me that was also like, I feel like I sacrificed a lot for something my husband don't like. But that's why we chose to come back to Europe, and we took like the summer off we spent in Denmark with my family.
And then I quickly restored my energy and my motivation again, like this desire that I want to play again that just came out of me. I'm still trying my best to reach my goals to be success in Europe, and I want to do it, I want to make it.
I know how much passion he has, I know how much he loves playing football, and when he gets like in the right momentum, it's just like the greatest thing ever. And I love that. I know what your goals are, I know what your dreams are, and when I help you the best that I can. And I also told you like, I think you will regret forever if you don't give it another go. I know where I come from, and my culture is very different from Korean culture and where you come from. But in my perspective, it's just not worth it doing something you don't like and forcing it. And if it makes you miserable, then don't do it. That's the mentality I have.
But I still have to remember who I am, where I am from. And I'm so proud to be a Korean. Sometimes culture and society was a bit different, you know. Especially I spent 4 years in Denmark. I learned so much how to be happy and seeking happiness, you know.
One of the happiest countries in the world.
Yeah, and that's why I know this is not normal. You have to suffer that much to play and to be there.
I feel like it's more worth it fighting for your dream here, because that's what you always wanted.
Yeah.
So.
And I was so proud to be a player of the FC Seoul, and I'm very, very sad I have to go away like that. I'm still fighting even though it's not going as I want.
Maybe one day, who knows, we will end up in Korea again somehow. I love Korea, I love Korean culture, but it's just like a lot of bad things happened while we were there, which is unfortunate. But I guess that was
the story.
The story, more or less.
Korea, more or less. Tough topic to talk about, and I'm sort of happy to talk.
So I just want to say a big thank you to the guys who sticked with us through that period, because for a long time I actually had to stop doing YouTube because it was just getting too much. People were harassing us, so we just decided to stop everything.
I told Sille that I want to stop YouTube. You have to stop everything, so that we stop. But she insists. You are so bigger person, Sille.
I don't know. I think I'm better at like not seeing the bad comments, but
and sometimes people comes and attack, but it was more than attack.
It was really bad.
And yeah, that's what happened. I ended up paying $150,000 US, which was a lot, but we are still.
Goodbye money, goodbye savings.
As long as you do what you love to do, I think the money doesn't really matter. She told me many times, as long as there is food on the table,
roof
over our head, that she's fine. She told me many times. If you guys want to know more about us, just leave us the comments and give us some questions. Thank you guys for watching our video. If you guys liked our video, give us thumbs up, share our video to some of your friends.
Comment, everything helps. We will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.